Welcome to Hoops Archives, where we focus on sharing real and interesting player stories on and off the NBA court. Subscribe to our channel to help you discover a more interesting NBA. In the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, what hurt the Serbian players was not only the loss of the championship, but also that when they were still immersed in the pain of sadness, the German team's Dennis Schroder and his wife had already started to show their affection. The one kissing him passionately was his supermodel wife Ellen. In the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, Ellen would always be waiting on the sidelines for any game of the German team. "Dennis, what charm do you have that can make such a woman fall in love with you?" Dennis' wife Ellen was born in Braunschweig, Germany in 1991. Her father is a well-known local canned food producer who owns more than 20 canning factories and is worth a lot of money. Ellen has been a good girl with strict family education since she was a child. When she was 5 years old, her father hired a professional dance teacher for her. At the age of 16, Ellen began to emerge in the German dance world and was admitted to a high school in Braunschweig with excellent grades. Compared to Ellen, Dennis was born in a black family in Braunschweig. His mother is a barber and his father is a worker. Dennis has been hanging out on the streets since he was a child, and skateboarding and basketball have become his childhood companions. Later, relying on his outstanding athletic talent, Dennis was spotted by Lucas, the basketball coach of this high school in Braunschweig. In this way, the fate of the two people, whose family backgrounds were very different, began to intertwine. When Dennis was 14 years old, the two met in Braunschweig High School. One was a rising star athlete in the basketball club, and the other was a versatile school beauty in the school. At a masquerade, the two met through a friend's introduction. During the conversation, Ellen was amused by Dennis. The two exchanged contact information and had a great chat. From then on, a black boy often waited at the door of the school's dance studio with a bouquet of roses in his hand. But such a sweet life was soon broken. When Ellen introduced Dennis to her family, she was strongly opposed by her father. Her father did not allow Ellen and Dennis to interact because their family backgrounds were too different. But Ellen was particularly love-struck at the time. She ran away from home after quarreling with her father, forcing her family to accept Dennis in this way. Dennis saw all this, but he was powerless. Dennis was a basketball genius, but he was too playful. He would go skateboard, play soccer, and play table tennis when he had nothing to do. At the age of 14, as one of the only 39 players in the German men's basketball youth training camp, he was even more complacent. On the first day, he wore jeans and a windbreaker to train. Coach Frank was furious. After the training, he said coldly, "Dennis, you will not succeed." This sentence made Dennis feel collapsed. He went home to find his father Axel, but Axel directly stood on the coach's side. "If you want to take basketball seriously, you must keep working hard." Dennis didn't expect that this conversation would become the eternal farewell between father and son. A week later, Axel died of a heart attack. Dennis lay in front of his father's grave with a broken heart and swore, "Dad, I was wrong. I will definitely play in the NBA." In his father's bookcase, Dennis found a letter, which wrote about the things about basketball that the father and son had talked about before, and Axel's expectations for his son Dennis. Since then, everything has changed. Back in the training camp, Coach Frank gave Dennis a chance, but in order to test his determination, he asked several of the team's most capable scorers to take turns to challenge him. Dennis could only defend and could not rest. The round-robin battles on the court continued to consume, and the trash talk on the sidelines kept mocking, but Dennis did not give up. He defended for more than 30 rounds in a row until he fell to the ground exhausted. The coach acquiesced with relief to let Dennis return to the team. After Dennis' father passed away, he aspired to become the best basketball player. At the age of 18, He joined the German basketball Bundesliga, and in his second season he could contribute 11.9 points and 3.3 assists, and was successfully selected for the All-Star game, while Ellen focused on pursuing a modeling career. In 2013, Dennis participated in the NBA draft and was selected by the Hawks at the 17th pick in the first round. He finally fulfilled his promise. The long distance destined the two to walk on different tracks. They inspired each other in their respective basketball and modeling careers. In this way, 12 years passed, and both of them survived the age of struggle. One became a talented player in Germany, and the other ran her own modeling company. Later, the two met again, and the fire of childhood love was rekindled. Now they are willing to pay for love and establish more connections for this love. Finally, in 2017, their love came to fruition, and the two officially confirmed their relationship as lovers. On August 6, 2018, Dennis announced on social media, "My girl said yes today. She is the love of my life. Nothing can separate us." That day, his girlfriend Ellen agreed to his proposal. Some people say that Dennis was carrying a high salary of $70 million for 4 years at that time. Which woman would not be tempted by using a helicopter to propose? But in fact, Dennis was at the lowest point of his career at that time. He was ruled out for the season due to a medial bone bruise. The Hawks, with whom he had played for 5 years, traded him to the Thunder. Many people didn't even believe that this skinny German could continue to play in the NBA. In 2019, Dennis married Ellen in his hometown of Braunschweig, ending their more than 10-year love affair. After marriage, Ellen gave up her job and became a full-time wife. In February 2019, their first child was born, a son named Dennis Jr. Their second child is a daughter, born in August 2020. They named her Amalia Leah. Their third child, a son, was born in December 2022. His name is Awa. Faced with the criticism she and Dennis suffered because of their skin color, Ellen firmly supported Dennis. Ellen is extremely supportive of Dennis. She often follows Dennis to the stadium, takes care of all the housework at home, provides Dennis with the greatest support in life and work, and ensures that Dennis can focus on the court. She is the biggest solid backing behind Dennis' success. In addition to taking care of the children, she also helps Dennis manage his Instagram account. Whenever she encounters anti-fans of her husband, she will directly respond and stand up for Dennis. When everyone laughed at Dennis for overestimating his ability, rejecting the $84 million contract, and finally signing a $5.9 million contract, Ellen spoke out immediately. "I'm so proud of my husband that he made this decision to stay true to himself and to fight for his goals and his vision." In 2020, Dennis acquired 100% of the shares and became the sole owner of his hometown team, Basketball Lions Braunschweig. In the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, Dennis averaged 19.1 points and 6.1 assists per game, helping the German men's basketball team to reach the top of the world for the first time. After the game, we saw the two hugging each other tightly. Only they themselves know how difficult it was along the way. Compared with the world champion, Dennis is happier that he has Ellen, a good wife. In an era of material desire, it is easy to fall in love, but it is difficult to stay together. How many loves have been defeated by material things, but as long as you stick to love, it will be precious. Okay, that's all the content of this video. This episode is coming to an end, and everyone is welcome to leave comments. Please like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates. There's even more great stuff on my channel homepage. Thank you for watching.